Welcome back, Sunday Society, to another amazing episode of Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
You know who we are. We are ready to dive in to week 4 of our Am I the
Yes.
Karen? Or no, not Am I the Karen, but Battle of the Karens. We know they Karen. So let's jump into our episode.
Yeah.
Grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's take back Sunday. So, Hannah, we are a month in now to our Battle of the Karens.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're talking about a lot. Like, we talked about the pool last week and like getting your hair done. And it made me think, like, what are we doing this summer? Because
Oh,
we're like a
yeah.
month
Like
in.
outside of this.
Outside of this, what do our summer plans look like? Because I have the whole last week of June off and I am doing nothing that I know of.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing in July? What does July look like?
Well, Brinley has a big poster board that she's made like a bucket list.
Yes, she has.
So
We should post a picture of it.
Yes.
We'll get a picture of it and post it. She's very proud of it.
And so we have a lot of things to do on her bucket list, and they're like very like chill things.
Super
like,
ezy.
Yeah. So
one of them
gonna
is
work
like
on
give
that.
yourself a sunscreen tattoo. Like you just like, you know.
I was like, she was trying to explain that to me. I'm like, girl,
we've been doing this.
Listen, back in the day, you would go to the tanning bed. You have your little
Stickers?
Playboy bunny sticker. Everybody had those. Well,
right on
I
your
didn't,
hip.
but
Yeah, I didn't either.
But I knew what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, man, I don't know. We are done with softball, and so
Yes.
just kind of taking a break from the busyness of that,
Yeah.
kind of just really relaxing, enjoying our pool, our new deck, just
Yeah.
the weather, lots of using, the blacktop to cook out or, smoke meat. Like this is my time of the year, even though I really don't like the heat unless I'm able to be in the water because it's just everybody wants to be out and like doing stuff.
Yeah.
So, I'm not a big fan of 4th of July.
Yeah.
I love the freedom part of it.
Yeah.
Don't come for me.
Not knocking on like the meaning behind the holiday.
But not a big fan of fireworks. But, we'll, of course, do fireworks and celebrate in that way.
Yeah.
And then, the only thing really I have big coming up, I feel like, besides my birthday,
right?
would be for Brinley's birthday in August. We're taking a little trip to Chicago and going to Benson Boone.
And she is so excited for that.
Pumped.
So excited.
Which I love Benson Boone. I love his music. I love his like late 80s, or some of it's even like almost like the late 70s into the 80s. The vibe.
Like his style?
The style, the vibe. I just really
his
like
mustache.
it. Freddie Mercury kind of like I get those vibes from him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited to see. I have a feeling he puts on a really good show.
Oh, I bet so.
And I'm sure there are going to be lots of little girls who are just like,
yes, fangirling. Fangirling so hard for him.
Yes.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Yeah, what about you?
I really don't have anything planned.
Girl, that is amazing.
I know. I have the last week in June off. So I had kind of talked about taking a trip with the kids, but I don't know what that's going to look like, if that's going to work out this summer or not. But there is a Dr. Pepper museum in Waco, Texas, and my girl loves Dr. Pepper. It's like part of her identity. And I thought, that would be a fun trip to take to Texas, but I'm not sure the logistics of that and like what that would look like and if that's something that, will be this year, if it should wait. But anyway, I do think I'm looking forward to like the fair.
What else is in Waco, Texas? Something big and like true crime.
Yes. That was where David Koresh and like the Davidians. Yeah, the Branch Davidians, they like blew up they killed a lot of people. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And then like in August, we have the fair in town. And I always look forward to that just because I love a good funnel cake. So, and like a good, like fresh lemonade. Oh my gosh. Like my mouth's watering thinking about it. I know it's not the vibe for you, but
not the vibe, but I do like their like 12-inch corn dogs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And they're like freshly battered. They're so good.
Yeah, it is so good. I've been rewatching Stranger Things and I just finished season 3 because the final season comes out in November. So I was like, I'll just pregame and rewatch all of them now. And season 3, they have like a 4th of July episode, and it's just like the
The 4th of
nostalgia.
July.
You look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. Which that's coming up soon, so that's
Yeah.
fun. But like just those scenes in movies always bring me so much nostalgia. Like the scene in The Sandlot where they're playing ball, like, and the fireworks are
Yes.
going off. It's just like, I don't know. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just
no, I do love, like, it's weird. I love the smell of 4th of July, like the smell of the fireworks and stuff. And I love that, the idea behind it, and like families and barbecue and all that.
Sure.
It's just the fireworks for me that I'm
know.
like, ugh.
Yeah. It's risky.
Yeah.
It is risky. Are you
And-
guys going to do something, do you think, with your new deck? Are you going to like have people over?
Hopefully, I'll probably be out there with a water hose. Like, if anything touched this deck, I'm going to spray it.
That's so true. Maybe we can go out to my parents again, like we did last year, because they'll be out of town.
I don't know if I've ever told you this before, but Zach's mama and papa, they had, how those people do those lanterns? They had one almost catch their back deck on fire. It like landed on their back deck. And I want to do those so bad. And then I think about that and I'm like, I don't know.
I don't want to be the reason that somebody's deck catches on fire. Yeah.
And then in July, so my birthday's the 11th. Zach's dad's was the 27th. And so we will have some kind of birthday celebration for him.
Yeah.
And when he passed, it was cold weather. Bad weather.
Yeah.
Actually, it was bad weather during that whole time, actually.
It was, yeah.
So the kind of celebration of life that Zach wanted to give his dad couldn't really happen because it wasn't the time.
The weather
year.
Didn't afford it. Yeah.
So the plan is that we're going to celebrate his life for his birthday. And if you knew my father-in-law, you knew that he loved to cook for people. He loved to have people drinks, food, music, and the pool. And so that's kind of the plan for his birthday.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I wish that he would have taught me how to make his rotisserie chicken, because it is literally my favorite. Like, there's nobody that can make a better rotisserie chicken than Brad Brown could. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
That affected me. I don't know why. It's going to be a good time.
I'm looking forward to it, I think, mostly because I know it's what my husband needs.
Yeah.
He needs to do that for his dad.
Yeah.
And so we're really excited. Yeah. And you know me, I love planning a party. So.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It'll be fun. It'll be the celebration that he deserves.
Yes.
So, well, on this note, let's transition into fun Karen stories so I can feel these emotions later.
Get yourself together, girl. Look at me. I'm doing so good.
Miss Hannah, let's get this thing rolling.
Okay, so my first Karen story for week 4 is Karen at the graduation, a tale of entitlement and echoes.
Not the echoes. I love a good graduation story. In the season of graduation.
You know what? I'm going to be honest about this one. I was going to lie. I'm going to be honest about this one. It is not embellished. It is changed.
Dramatized. That's what they say, like in the scenes when they recreate.
It is dramatized a little bit. It's definitely... Here's the deal. This is a personal story that I dealt with at a high school graduation. And so I am invested in this one.
Here we go. This one better win, is what she's saying. You better vote for this one. If it doesn't,
it's fine, but it was a big deal for me. Okay. It was supposed to be a peaceful, joyous day. Sun shining, the smell of fresh flowers, the buzz of proud families awaiting to see their graduates walk the stage. So I had gotten there early. When I say early, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Not super early. I planned to be there an hour early, but that didn't happen. Okay. I got decent seats. They were towards the back. They were on the bleachers, but they were okay. Yeah. They were not horrible seats. It's fine. And I was settling in with my program that they gave me, which was wonderful. It had a lot of cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
When she arrived.
Dun, dun, dun.
So she showed up about 20 minutes before the ceremony starts. Not her name wasn't Karen. It was just, you know, the type. So there.
She's Karen.
Yeah. She marched in with authority of someone who believed the event couldn't possibly begin without her, huffing and puffing about how far back the seats were, as if the laws of time and reserved seating had personally wronged her. Loudly, and I mean broadcast loudly, she began voicing her discontent to anyone within a 15-foot radius. Discontent.
Are you going to tell us about what?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This is crazy. We should have been here 3 hours ago. I'm reenacting how this went down. These seats are awful. Not all of us are going to fit. How are we supposed to see from back here? She continued venting loudly, complaining that she should have sat on the end because she was going to have to leave early anyway, and as if announcing her future disruption was somehow supposed to make it okay. And just as the ceremony began, the real circus kicked off.
Oh, no.
I have never held my tongue as hard as I did this day. I was like, this is my niece's graduation. My adopted boy's in there. He's graduating. All these kids that I've seen grow up are graduating. I don't want to make a scene. And my daughter, who can also be a Karen, love you, B, but you can, was like, like she was over her.
Yeah.
So quick. Okay. So she continued venting loudly, complaining every time a new family member showed up, which happened no fewer than 5 times.
Oh, sure.
She started a full conversation during the speeches and name calls. Oh, there you are. Okay, we need to scoot down. Can y'all move over? Just squeeze over a little bit. There's room. Or there was, oh, there's so-and-so. How are we going to fit her in here? Girl. I was
in the middle of graduation.
Yes. Mm-hmm. She physically gestured for people who had been there for, you know, like the whole time, even before I got there, to scoot down on the bleachers to make room for her ever-growing crowd of people.
Oh my goodness.
Of the crew of latecomers is what.
No,
what
they
I
can
put.
stand at the door.
Yeah. My brother was late. I mean, he drove from Gladstone. My brother was late. He just was like he waited for Allie's name to be called, and then he like headed out in the hallway.
Yeah.
He headed out and took his kiddo to the park.
Yeah.
Like he was like, whatever. When people hesitated or ignored her, she muttered under her breath, but loud enough to hear, unbelievable. You think people would be more accommodating on a day like this? I could have literally strangled this woman.
Oh my gosh.
I was, yeah.
The steam would have just been coming out of my ears.
Like between like the graduate speeches, you could hear her. Well, I told them we should have come earlier. This is just a mess. I can't even hear anything. And I literally wanted to turn around and be like, if you would shut up, you maybe could hear something. I was so frustrated. No one else could hear anything. It was Rich.
Yeah.
Nobody else could hear anything because she was I could not hear what the speeches were.
Yeah.
The first one, they just needed to turn the volume up.
Mm-hmm.
The second, third, fourth.
It was Karen.
Halfway through the ceremony, the inevitable happened. And I promise you, when I said this was dramatized, this ain't part of it. This is just giving you a more story-like experience.
A more narrative. Yeah.
This. Yes.
So this really happened.
Like this really freaking happened, everybody. Her phone rang. Like, you could hear the ringer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loudly. Okay. So it blared through the auditorium. And what did Karen do?
Oh my gosh.
She answered it.
Of course she did.
She's all, hello? Yeah. Where you at? Yeah, I'm at the graduation. And like, she is having
in the middle of graduation, she's on the phone.
Dad, I'm at the graduation. Yeah. No, I'll talk to you later. And then they keep talking. So then she keeps talking to them. And I'm like, Jesus, take the lead.
My gosh.
I'm like, I'm going to come for this lady. So anyway.
Oh my goodness.
She kept talking, ignoring dozens of heads that are like turning, looking at her.
Yeah.
I am not, because I'm like, if I make eye contact with this woman, I'm probably going to jail. So I'm just going to stare more. Brindley is staring at me like out of the corner of her eyes, like
Mom, do something about
rolling
this.
her eyes. She's so mad. So all of that happens. She gets off the phone. Still, there's some commentary. And again, if I had a quarter for every time she said, this is ridiculous, this is crazy, whatever, like, I also didn't have the best seat, but
Mhm.
like I showed up 30 minutes early. You showed up 20 minutes early. Like,
You should have known what to expect.
yeah.
Those graduations are always like that. They're packed
So, yeah.
and it's impossible to hear
Yeah.
regardless. So,
So, anyway, final kind of thing. Her graduate walks across the stage. She clapped, screamed for 2.3 seconds, stood up, blocking everyone behind her, and loudly declared, "Well, we saw them. Let's go before traffic gets crazy."
oh my gosh. What a self-absorbed, hateful woman.
Girl.
I'm gonna need
And the entire row was leaving. None of them were staying. They were all going. So it was just like this.
and I'm pretty sure, and I think you cheered, so I'm sorry if this is not the best thing to say. I'm pretty sure they tell you at graduation, don't cheer till the end.
They do. And
Because nobody listens ever. And it's because some people are going to have like 2 people there to support them, if that.
Yeah.
So it just,
I think it's more that they
and
don't
the
have the speed.
Yeah.
But like I make sure my cheer comes right at the beginning and then everybody quiets down so that they walk, do their thing.
Some people do not care.
Yeah. And just like that, Karen and her entourage left, stepping over people's feet, bumping knees on their way out like it was a sold out concert.
Oh my goodness.
Moral of the story, show up early, sit where there's space, turn your freaking phone
oh my gosh.
on do not disturb, vibrate, silent, whatever. Don't talk through an entire ceremony that is for everybody.
Yeah. People are there to watch these speeches and to like make this memory.
And if you don't do all of those things, you will be a Karen in someone else's graduation story.
There you go. And you'll end up on a podcast where we talk crap about you. So
here we are. Yes. So yeah, personal story. And has it been that long since it happened? It's still irritating.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
This is ridiculous. I heard I'm not even kidding you, probably 15 times in a matter of an hour. This is ridiculous.
Well, she's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So she sounds hideous. I wonder how many times we can count that we say that.
Probably a lot. Jake from State Farm. What do you got, girl?
All right. So this is my hairstylist episode that I was glad was not yours. Mm-hmm. It is called Layers of Entitlement. LOL. Okay. Get it? Layers. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you about the day Karen came to the salon.
I thought you said daycare, and I was like, wait a second. I thought we were talking about a salon.
The day Karen came to the salon. Yes. So the name of the salon is the Blush Lounge. It's the kind of place with exposed brick walls, indie music on low volume, baristas that double as receptionists, everyone sipping on oat milk, lattes, and vibing.
Sounds like a place I could not afford to go.
Same. I went to a place similar to this that had the indie music, and maybe the exposed brick, but no lattes. So whatever. And I loved it.
I have never been to a salon that has baristas.
Yeah, me either.
That must be a California thing.
California love. Okay. And then she walks in. Mid-50s, platinum highlights, screaming bleach box, not balayage, or however you say that word. Mm-hmm. Big designer sunglasses that probably came from a gas station but think they're Gucci. She doesn't take them off, not even indoors. She's got that clipped walk, like the floor should thank her for every step. You know that. Mm-hmm. She marches straight to the front desk where sweet Jade is working. Jade's 23, nose ring, pastel hair, doesn't take crap from anybody, but still has that customer service smile locked and loaded. Mm-hmm. You know the one. So Karen slams her oversized bag on the counter and goes, "I'm here for my 1 o'clock with Brittany." Jade checks the screen and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Brittany's actually out today. We called to reschedule yesterday." Karen flips her hair like she's in a Pantene commercial and says, "Well, someone didn't call me. I didn't get any messages." Jade, bless her, keeps her cool. "We left a voicemail and sent a text." Mm-hmm. And Karen, completely serious, replies, "I don't do texts. That's how scammers get your bank account." Okay.
What?
Yeah, clear something. She continues, "Just get someone else. I'm not leaving until these roots are handled. I look like a calico cat," which is kind of what you looked like after I tried to touch up your roots. So I apologize for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Jade offers to fit her in with Zoe, our newer stylist. Certified, talented, still building her clientele. Karen rolls her eyes but agrees.
Oh,
with a warning.
The audacity.
The audacity. She'd better not mess up like that last girl.
Oh, you mean your bleach, your,
Your box bleach,
your
your bleach
box
box.
bleach?
Bleach, blonde, big back, having whatever. So she's in Zoe's chair now. Zoe asks her what she wants done. Karen snaps, just do what Brittany does. If you don't know, maybe you shouldn't be touching
Oh,
hair.
heck no. You're not
Absolutely
about
not.
to tell me just do what somebody does. You're going to give me clear instructions.
Yes. Or you can see yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe starts sectioning her hair, and Karen keeps flinching like she's in a horror movie. Are you pulling on purpose? Do you even have a license? Without missing a beat, Zoe says, yep, it's hanging on the wall right next to my Cosmopolitan Award for color correction. Mic drop.
Boom.
Karen grumbles something under her breath, but lets her keep working. Until, get this, she reaches up and grabs Zoe's wrist to point a spot that she thinks she's missed. You don't touch stylists.
Yeah.
Ever.
You don't touch people like that. Like,
yeah, ever.
Bro.
Jade sees this from across the salon and swoops in. Ma'am, for your safety and ours, we don't tolerate physical contact with our team. Karen tries the I'm the client card. And Jade, and we're professionals, not punching bags with balayage skills. It's silent. The whole salon is listening. Karen tries to play it cool while Zoe finishes the job, and when I say Karen's hair looks fire, I mean magazine cover, red carpet, who is your stylist level good. She stares in the mirror, clearly impressed, and mutters, I guess it's fine. I'll pay cash. And Jade, with that killer customer service smile, replies, we only accept cash for tips. Services must be paid by card. Karen throws up her hand like someone just robbed her. That's outrageous. Jade shrugs, and so is your attitude, but here we are.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, you want to talk about mamas.
You want to talk about mamas.
And as Karen storms out, sunglasses back on like a villain retreating, she bumps into another client holding her phone. Smile, the woman says, you're about to go viral. Ooh. I love when we get the receipts. The video, 3.2 million views. Zoe, now booked out 6 weeks. Karen.
Yay for Zoe.
Yay for Zoe.
And Karen probably can't get into any hairstylist.
Karen, somewhere bleaching her own roots in a bathroom, thinking about her life choices.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
I do too.
My last story for you guys today is Karen versus the spray tan.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So this person was shared their story. It says it was a scorching Tuesday afternoon when Karen stormed into our tanning salon. Oversized sunglasses must be a thing.
This must be a theme this week.
Perched on top of her platinum blonde hair and her handbag swinging like a wrecking ball.
Why are they all blonde? They're all blonde.
I'm not a natural though. Neither are they. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The receptionist, Amber, soft-spoken college student working part-time, greeted her with a smile. Hi there, welcome back. How can I help you to and that's as far as she got.
Oh
my gosh. Talk faster, Karen snapped, already tossing her keys onto the counter.
Talk faster?
I don't have all day. Yeah. Yeah. Amber blinked, stunned but still professional. Okay, ma'am, are you here for a spray tan appointment or a... Now you're talking too fast, Karen interrupted, rolling her eyes dramatically. Do you think people can actually understand you? Honestly. Amber took a slow breath. Sorry, I'll try to keep it balanced. Karen huffed. I'm here for my spray tan. Again. Even though I don't know why I bother, I do everything you people tell me to do. Exfoliate, no lotion, loose clothes, no shower for 8 hours after, and it still only lasts a day. Amber nodded sympathetically, already familiar with Karen rants.
Oh, no.
That can depend on skin type, hydration, and product adherence. Are you using the prep primer beforehand? Karen's jaw dropped, like she had been accused of arson.
Oh, my goodness.
The primer? The primer.
The primer.
You mean the scam in a bottle?
Oh, there it is.
She jammed a manicure finger toward the spray room. There's a giant bottle of that stuff in the booth. A free bottle. That's how you know it's fake. It's just a marketing ploy to make people think it does something. Amber blinked again.
The longest blinks of her life, probably.
Blink, blink. I wish I had the sound.
Yeah.
The ding, ding, ding.
Maybe we'll get it.
The bottle in the room? That's not primer, ma'am. That's blocker. Furrowed? Furrowed?
I was like, Hereford? What the hell is that?
Karen. Let me get it together. Karen furrowed her brow. Blocker?
Like, anyway.
Yes, Amber said gently. It's for your hands, your feet.
Your feet.
We're leaving it. It's for your hands, feet, elbows, and knees. Areas that tend to absorb more spray tan and get really dark and uneven. You apply it before spraying so you don't walk out of here looking like you dipped your wrists in gravy.
What?
Karen looked genuinely stunned, her mouth slightly open. You know what I'm talking about.
Dipped her wrists in gravy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Karen looked genuinely stunned, her mouth slightly open like a system error had occurred in her brain.
That was the evilest laugh.
So wait, what's the primer for then?
Oh my Lord.
Amber smiled. The primer helps prep your skin so the tan goes on more evenly and lasts longer.
Oh my goodness.
The blocker protects the areas that normally would turn orange. Different things. This time Karen blinked.
The blinks.
Well, nobody ever explained that to me. Amber nodded politely. I do every time.
I was going to say, I think that she probably got that explained. Karen
pursed her lips, then picked up her keys again. Well, maybe if you people talk clearly,
oh my God,
things would be different.
I can't with this lady.
Without another word, she marched on towards the booth. Amber sighed and muttered under her breath, at least she won't look like a tiger this time. And so another day passed at Golden Glow, where the tans may fade, but the tales of Karen were eternal.
Oh my goodness.
Could you imagine the pure joy it would bring me if I realized that somebody had just told me that our primer is a scam. And that they think it's because there's free primer and it's blocker, and that's why their spray tan ain't lasted more than one day.
Yeah.
I just thought it was hilarious.
Because in my mind, I'm like, I've gotten a spray tan, and you got to be doing something wrong if it only lasts a day.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah,
girl. If you get a bad spray tan, you're stuck. With for at least a week.
And the longer you wear it, before you rinse off, the more it develops. So the darker you get.
Yes.
I know this. Ask me how I know this, because I got a spray tan for my brother's wedding, and I looked like maybe I wasn't Caucasian anymore.
Girl, you definitely did not look white.
I had to.
Actually, you did, but it's just it was so much darker.
Yes,
than your
so pale.
Skin.
I am pale. It is a fact. So anything that's normal melanin levels makes me look like I don't.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know that if that stuff's coming off in a day, you have made mistakes.
She's putting that freaking blocker all over her body and being like, got you guys.
Gotcha. And they're
using all this free primer.
On you, Karen.
Jeez Louise. Could you imagine?
No. I mean, I would be laughing so hard. I will say, though, that my one experience at the spray tan salon was they were kind of snotty, the girls that worked there. And I was like, come on, you can tell. You look at me. I'm white as the snow. You know I've never done this before. Don't make fun of me. Don't make me feel like I am.
Yeah, they should never do that.
No, I definitely felt. And then they didn't turn it on. And I'm standing in there butt ass naked waiting for this spray tan to come on. And it doesn't come on, so I have to put my clothes back on and come out and say, is it supposed to be on? I promise you it was 5 minutes. It was a long time.
What did they say?
Oh, yeah. Just a second, we'll get you right on. And then I went in there and I'm just like, is it time? It's like Ross, that episode of Friends, when he's doesn't turn and he only gets it on his front side.
Yes.
I was like, I'm going to look like Ross when I leave here. And I left and it felt very snarky and I just didn't like it. So I did not have a great experience. I wish that I would have had Amber. She sounds lovely.
So I actually have had one and it was not a machine. It was a person with a spray gun.
I've had two. The first one I had with a person. And that lady was
lovely.
Yeah,
and
same.
She could tell that I was uncomfortable. She's like, okay, I'm going to need you to bend over and spit.
Oh my gosh. You got a spray tan everywhere.
Not like
Read 'em in wheat, boys.
okay. So
This is all staying in, by the way.
This is definitely a preview. So not like it was more about like your butt cheeks and the like line with your butt cheeks and your leg
The cheg?
touching.
Your cheg? That's what I call that.
So when she said like spread your legs, she meant like kind of, or spread your cheeks, she meant like kind of hold
Lift
them up.
You got a saggy butt.
I guess. I got a saggy butt. My cheeks, like, and yeah, it gives like a little, it gives like a little spot where you could see. So yeah, she was like,
that
hey,
makes
spread
sense.
them.
I do make. I thought you meant like
She ain't
spread
getting-
up.
No,
Like.
she was not I was not getting tanner sprayed in my butt.
Oh my gosh.
Not a thing.
Not
I mean, it might be. I don't know.
I'm sure it is. People bleach their.
They sure do.
All right.
What you got?
Karen in the case of the side-eye sandwich. Or how a lunch order turned into a criminal investigation. Almost.
Okay.
All right. It's a quiet Tuesday afternoon at Tallow and Thyme, which is a boutique cafe that serves avocado toast with edible flowers and considers oat milk the default, which I love oat milk, so pop off. The lunch crowd is chill. Young professionals, remote workers on MacBooks, one guy clearly writing his screenplay. It's good vibes.
Sounds like it's not anywhere I belong.
No, it sounds very expensive, first of all.
It just, you said avocado toast, and even though I do like a good avocado toast, you better also have biscuits and gravy and like pancakes.
This is definitely not in the Midwest. This is like in LA.
Some bacon and eggs.
Oh, I love some beanies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the bell over the door jingles, and Karen storms in like she's auditioning for the Real Housewives of County Zoning District B. She marches to the counter and snaps. I placed an order online 30 minutes ago under Karynn with 2 N's. Yeah, you said that.
New way.
Yeah, that's a new way to spell Karen.
That's new and different.
Everybody's so creative.
Yes.
The poor barista, Ivy, 19 years old and 3 lavender lattes deep into her shift, checks the iPad. Looks like it's just finishing up now, and it should be ready in a couple minutes. Karen gasps like she's been personally victimized. Excuse me? I have an appointment with my facialist in 10 minutes. I scheduled this pickup with precision. Not precision, lady.
Okay.
Ivy offers a warm, patient smile, but Karen is revving up. And here's where it gets juicy. A man behind Karen chuckles, not at her, just at the general absurdity of life and overpriced microgreens. And that's all it takes. Karen spins around, finger in the air like she's casting a hex.
Oh.
Karen says, "Did you just laugh at me? Did you just harass me? I don't feel safe." The guy looked stunned. "Ma'am, don't call me ma'am. I am a woman, and I am being targeted in this establishment." She then looks at Ivy and breaks out the tears. Real dramatic, fake shaky voice, like she's in season finale mode.
Oh my gosh. I know exactly what I can picture it. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Ugh.
Karen says, "This man is threatening me. I need someone to call the police. I am a single mother and I will not be intimidated."
What does that have to do with anything?
For the record, no child has been seen.
Bro, like I was a single mom, made me tougher. Like
You're not announcing
my skin be tough.
Yeah, you're not announcing it to a beast like a bistro. You're just not.
What? Yeah.
At this point, the cafe has stopped breathing. The guy backs up, hands raised, saying over and over, "I didn't do anything. I didn't even say anything to her." But Karen is already on the phone. "Yes, 911. I'm being harassed by a large man in a coffee shop, and I'm afraid for my life." The word large. She weaponizes it, dripping with implication. Ivy tries to intervene. The manager steps out from the back. They all assure Karen that she's not in danger. But she's gone full performance art now. She sinks to the floor, sobbing, clutching her handbag like it's her Oscar statue. Exactly. 5 minutes later, the police arrive. Dang.
Okay.
They got there
fast.
fast.
Let me just tell you, I've had real emergencies and it's taken them over an hour. So where are they?
Where is this? Jeez Louise. They speak to Karen first. She dabs her eyes and whispers like she just survived an abduction. They speak to the man, who calmly shows them the video he started recording the second she pulled out her phone. Karen, silent. Because the footage shows exactly what happened: a laugh,
Mm-hmm.
a sandwich, and one woman unraveling like a poorly stitched wig. The officers take statements, no charges, just awkward apologies all around. Karen gathers her things, well, mostly her pride, and storms out, yelling, "You'll be hearing from my attorney."
Of course we will,
Yeah.
Karen.
She forgot her sandwich. The cafe gave it to the guy. He sat down, opened it, and said, "Honestly, worth it." The video, posted, shared, viral by dinner. Karen's Yelp review later that night: "I was traumatized, silenced, and publicly attacked by misogynists. Also, they were out of gluten-free ciabatta. 1 star." Not the ciabatta bread.
So that makes me think of a TikTok I've seen, and I feel like it's like in like a Victoria's Secret where this woman is like having a mental breakdown, and she's like, they've obviously at some point started recording.
I think I know the video that you're talking about.
So it's in Victoria's Secret. Like you can tell they've started recording because like she was making a scene.
Yeah.
And she's like, and like she's on the ground like crying.
Those are insane.
And like you're like, this is what an adult tantrum looks like. This is like, it looked like a 2-year-old that was having a tantrum, but this lady was full grown.
Like
she was
screaming, right?
Yes. It was crazy.
Like we see the videos we talked about, like Trey Kennedy's video of them like fake screaming at each other and like falling on the ground. That really happens.
It really does.
They really be out here out like that acting in
wildin'.
It is like
wildin'.
And that's why they have a term. That is why they get called Karens. I actually am interested, and I might look it up later, why Karen is the name that they chose.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably maybe like there was a lot of people with that name that they just started. It was like, or like maybe somebody with that name had like an incident. Yeah, I don't know. Where did Karen come from? Where did Karen come from, everybody? I love that one. I feel like that one is towards the top.
Yeah, I mean, it's got it all. I was really enthralled.
Yeah. Calling the police. And the police being there for in 5 minutes.
That's
they must have been down like at the subway.
Yeah.
Like two stores down. Yeah. They must have been, or like getting coffee or something. They must have been like real close.
Yeah.
Because I have had legit emergencies and had to call at work.
Yeah.
Not at home.
Oh, yeah.
And it is not anything to do with Lexington. These would have been in the city, but like at work I've had a call a couple of times, and it's like been like an hour.
Yeah, that's insane.
I remember my very first day in the West Bottoms of a job I took. Come outside at 5 p.m. It was cold, so like it was daylight savings time or whatever. Like the sun.
It was dark.
It was dark. And I'm like, I look over, I'm looking for my car. I'm like, oh, that's not my car. That car doesn't have 2 wheels, 2 tires. Looking. I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
That's my car. You know what the police said to me? Unless you are hurt, we're not coming. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Coming. I was outside in, Kansas City at dark.
Yeah.
No, like nothing. And they were like,
that's insane.
Sorry, bro.
Well, I mean, it's probably a high crime. Is that a high crime area?
I honestly don't know the West Bottoms, but I mean, it's close to downtown Kansas City. It's like very close. Yeah, they were like, we're not
super great area.
We're not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
I just, actually think Neil and Tony, maybe Kevin, all of Zach's friends ended up coming down there.
Yeah. I do remember that part of the story.
And I had to contact the insurance because they didn't just take my tires. They took my fake plastic like cover things.
The hubs, the hubcaps.
Yeah, they weren't even like, they were plastic. Caught them on camera and everything.
Spinning.
They like pulled up. People are walking in and out, not knowing what's going on. They're just like, burr, burr, put some overflow concrete under my car, and yeah.
Oh my gosh, that story still baffles me.
My
like
first
that's crazy.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the police were like, "Yeah, we're good.
You're fine.
Yeah,
you weren't shot.
Call us back if you're in danger. We got real things to deal with."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
I'm impressed with the 5 minutes.
Yeah, it must have been a very
Low crime, overpopulated with police kind of
Yeah.
area. Like a Lexington, like we have our police can pretty because they're
Yeah,
not
but
dealing
this
with a
is
lot of
like this
crimes.
sounds like LA.
It really does.
I mean, this is like a high
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So those are our stories this week.
So do not forget, first of all, you're gonna listen to this podcast. If you are on TikTok, you're gonna get on and do a little vote. If you're on Facebook, you're going to do a vote. If you've heard our stories and are like, oh my gosh, I have this wonderful story I need to share, you're going to send it to us, pbspod23 at gmail, or you can do Facebook, Taking Back Sunday podcast.
Or just message us privately if you
Yeah.
have our numbers.
If
just
you
get a
know
hold of
us,
us.
if you know us personally, you can just send it along.
And leave a message at the beep.
Yeah. And if you haven't, please like and follow us.
Yeah, we're on.
Give us a review. 5-star reviews would be wonderful if you're trying to
Yep, on Spotify.
That makes a difference.
It really does. It really does. And we take those when we read the feedback. We love comments. We just like engaging with you. It fills our cup. So
and then share with your friends.
Share away, please. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
With 4 more stories.
Yep. We are excited to continue.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, that's a wrap. I am Hannah.
I'm Bianca.
And we are Taking Back Sunday. That she should have said at the end. Oh, nope, sorry.
Jade's 23. Nose hair. Nope. Not nose hair.
I love Jade's name.
I do too. Yep. It's hanging on the wall right next to my What am I doing?
All right. Okay.
All right.
Oh, I won't do that though.
You got red?
Just for a second.
I see red. Nope.
Okay. Red. Okay.
Luca does not approve. Okay. So anyway.
Yeah.
Spray tans. Okay. Hold on. I need to recover.
I know I love you so much. I know. You get real sensual with your love.
He does.
We're not doing that on camera.
Hi, sweet boy.
I give you smooches.
You want to read the Karen story? You want to read the last one?
Okay, you gotta just
get comfy.
5 minutes. Get comfy, get cozy. We're gonna do this.
Take Back Sunday.